you?
Good.
Good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. Just kind of, being out there in team training for the first time, kind of what was it like for you being back out there?
Well, I would say that the thing about recovery is it kind of goes really slow and then comes all at once. And today was a milestone, and I was happy to celebrate that with my team. And it was also a really small milestone because I didn't actually do anything new today. I had been doing all the things that you saw me do today. I've been doing them for weeks, so I felt really prepared for the moment, and it was the next step on, it's still going to be a decent steepness to this journey.
Sure, absolutely. And then obviously, it's been a long road, multiple surgeries, all that. What do you think is the biggest lesson that you take away from all this so far?
Yeah, I think that the last few months of my life have actually been in a lot of ways the most enjoyable. And I think that often happens when you lose something that you love so much. I think you learn to figure out who you really are and what you really are and what you care about. And it actually allows you to live in a way that's more in balance with your truth or your inner wisdom. I think that in trying to heal my knee and in struggling to do so and searching for ways to heal my knee, I've been able to heal a lot of myself. I healed a lot more than my knee. My knee's actually the slowest coming along here, but that has made my life very enjoyable, and I hope that I can take that joy back onto the pitch in the next couple of months.
How did it feel to get that warm reaction from your teammates on the pitch during your training session today?
Oh, so great. I think one of the things that I've just missed so much is the energy of being around people, right? Like, you're in a bubble, you're in bubble wrap when you're injured, and just exchanging that energy with your team and knowing that you're all on a journey together. And it's almost like this coming out of isolation period, and just having bodies on the field and having them care. It was very warm and it was very meaningful.
What kinds of things have you been enjoying in this time that you've been healing your knee and everything else? Like, what have you been doing that's been making life enjoyable?
Honestly, a lot of healing. Just a lot of energy work and breath work and different ways to support my system. I kind of built a community here in LA. Playing for this team has also meant the first time in my life where I felt settled. I bought a house. I have a home here, and it feels permanent, and that's very different. So in that, I've been able to build a community that I feel very cared for in, and I think that's helped me heal. I think the things that I enjoy in life always are being outside, being in the ocean, being grounded, and I think part of football is actually being in the sun, in the air, in the wind, whatever the natural element is, on the grass. That's really important to me. So since I wasn't doing it in this environment, I was really seeking that out in my personal life.
And then what are you most looking forward to as you contemplate returning to the field?
I think it's like a double-edged sword, the hope, and so I think I'm just balancing the reality of how difficult it's still going to be with the dream and the excitement that I have that it's all going to be perfect and I'm going to be on the pitch tomorrow, So I think that's no matter how, I think I said this the other day, that no matter how zen I seem when I talk about it, you can't help but have your mind race towards excitement of okay, if I check all these boxes and I make on the fastest timeline, then I could make this game. You can't help but do that. And so I try to embrace that excitement and not squander it, but then also temper it just with the balance and the reality that this is not in my control, and patience has been my best friend for the last 730 days. Cool?
Yeah, I just have one more. Obviously, 2 years to the date for the injury, kind of reflecting back on that, I know you mentioned the 730 days. Kind of, how crazy is all of that and just being back here?
It's really surreal. I think that that every single time that I was told, I have to have surgery from the first ACL reconstruction and the 3 scopes that I had, I always thought I would be on the quickest timeline possible, and I always had some big milestone in my head that I just was sure I was going to make. And I think that's part of who I am. I'm just relentlessly optimistic. I'm naively positive and just thinking that everything's going to work out for me. And I never want that to change, And I kind of got off course of all of those timelines so many times that I finally had to like actually relinquish that expectation of myself, and to be back in my team training, which is again like a small milestone, but one that like you're all here for. It feels like a full circle kind of moment. It feels a little poetic to hit it on the day precisely.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yep.
Can I get one more? I'm sure obviously this has been an incredibly hard journey, and I think you've alluded to this a little bit, but what out of this are you grateful for, if anything?
Yeah, I think that the injury created space for me to do a lot of work that I wanted to do. I think that, you know, it is what I said earlier, that, you know, I went out seeking people and experiences and spaces to get help with my knee, and I got a lot more than that. And actually, I didn't always get what I needed for my knee. You know, that was actually the hardest part, but I think I'm really, really grateful for the time. I've had a very rocky and up and down relationship with soccer, where I resented it and then I loved it, and then the expectations, and then, you know, I think if any athlete's honest with you, that's what it really feels like. And I think just being away from the game has given me space. It's given me space, and I hope, you never know, you might just show up exactly as you left, but I hope that I can bring that kind of breath of fresh air back into my game and be able to play with gratitude and delight.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you very
thank
much.
you.
so much,
Thank you.
Kristen.
Welcome back. Thank you.
Welcome back. Thank you.